Mlwb Draft. I'm your commissioner, James Thrillo, here with my co-host for the night, Charlie Jones, team captain of the Astros. Charlie, it's going to be an exciting night. You don't have a pick in the first round, but tell me, what's going on with the Astros tonight?
It's a weird year, right? The first round pick was obviously traded at the start of the last season for Paul Sincata with
That's
the
right.
Yankees, now Orioles.
That's right.
So this year, sitting at 2-5 in the draft order. So way down the end, way down the end. Hoping to find a hidden gem.
There you go. We have the draft starting at 7 o'clock. That is going to be when the first pick is made by the Baltimore Orioles. I was hearing sources from Dylan Monge himself that there could be a few options that they're still looking at, which there's been a lot of guys been added to the draft pool this week. How do you think that's going to affect the draft, and do you think it's going to affect the number one overall pick?
Well, first of all, this is the most stacked draft class that the MLWB has seen in a really long time. It's the second running year where you have two full rounds, whole line of new guys coming into the league, old guys returning, going back into the draft pool. One of the most exciting times. As for the Orioles, I think you got to think that they're going to stand pat at the number one overall pick with Benji Pabon, right? He's an incredible prospect. He can do it both ways. He can pitch, he can hit, and he showed how strong he is in Wifflemania.
That's true. He did. He was teammates with Dylan Monge as well on the Thunder in Wifflemania. So I feel like it's been the whole offseason, at least I can't speak for Monge, but I feel like it's been Benji Pabon taking him number one overall. He's an Oriole. You could have predicted this 4 or 5 months ago. Now with all these guys that have entered the draft this week in the last few days since Christmas Day, we have no idea what's going to happen, and that's what's going to make tonight so much fun because we could see guys going top two. They could fall to the second round. We have no idea what's going to happen. But sorry, I'm getting word from a source that there's been a trade. Do you know anything about this?
I might know a little something. We were just talking about the Orioles. How they're going to get a quality guy at the first overall pick. Well, they also have the first overall pick in the second round. No more. The Houston Astros have made the first trade of draft night. There have been trades prior, but the first trade on the night. The Houston Astros are trading from the fifth overall pick in the second round, including 10 free agent points and cash considerations for the first overall pick in the second round.
Wow. All right, so we got our first trade of the night, and that's before the first pick is even made. So you don't have to tell me everything that's going on in Houston, but is there a certain guy you're looking at taking at the 2-1 pick?
There are some guys out there that really made this move make sense, right? 2-5 is not a bad slot at all, and you've seen guys go late, like Uncle Tom in the past, and they've become stars in the MLWB.
That's right.
However, with a lot of new stacked prospects coming into the draft pool, it made the most sense to try and get up, get a little leverage, and try and get a tried and true prospect like Lucas Stewart, someone who was projected as high as number 4 overall to the Pirates. Now, starting to slide a little bit down the rankings,
Right.
could be available at one of those top picks in the second round. Making a move like this makes sense. I'm pretty happy with the move. I imagine Dylan is too, because he's still getting a quality player at number 1 overall and some resources to be able to keep him around in Baltimore.
Absolutely. Well, I think it's a good trade for both sides. I think it makes sense for both sides. Speaking of the Orioles, we went over who we think is going to go number 1 overall. Who do you think is going to go number 2 to Philadelphia?
Really,
is it going to happen?
It's a really interesting.
Is it going to happen?
It's probably the most interesting slot in the whole draft. Right?
I would agree.
In every mock draft, it was Dylan Wagner to the Phillies. You could throw a dart at the dartboard wherever you hit. It was always going to be Dylan Wagner to the Phillies. But with a whole lot of new prospects entering, does a little bit of doubt creep into the mind of Tyler Wagner? Obviously, he wants to play with his brother, a little bit chemistry. But if you can get a strong two-way player who can pitch and hit on top of having Justin Halpin and Tyler Wagner, that can make for a dangerous combo. I think that he maybe moves away from drafting his brother. I think you could see Dylan Wagner maybe go to the Rays, maybe end up as a Pirate. He's known for his pitching talent, but he can also do some stuff with the bat. We really don't know where Dylan Wagner's going to end up with this new stacked draft pool.
See, that's the thing. We talk about how many two-way players there are in this draft, and Dylan Wagner was one of the first two-way players that really thrived in this league a few years ago. He was an MVP finalist in 2022, led the league in home runs in 2022. Now, 3.5, almost 4 years later, we're talking about him starting a new chapter of his career, he's no longer going to be a Kansas City Royal unless he is a Kansas City Royal. Because they do have the 5th and 8th pick, and if somehow Dylan Wagner slides, do we see a reunion in Kansas City at all?
I don't think that's in the cards.
No.
I think it would be a fine choice for Zach Kinsel, who's been on and off as the captain of the Royals. But I think you've tried to run it back so many times with Dylan Wagner. You haven't been able to break through.
Right.
I just don't feel that there's enough there to make that pick make sense at 5, especially with, some guys who are higher up there. You could see Leo Lanzone fall, possibly, depending on who picks at 3 with the Rays, who picks at 4 with the Pirates. Does it make sense for them to go Dylan Wagner? It could. It's all going to be how those top 4 picks shake out. And do they really feel like they could make it to the World Series with Dylan Wagner? Hasn't happened.
So let me reverse that question to you. Can the Phillies win a World Series with Dylan Wagner?
The NL is a really, really good conference right now.
It is.
With a whole lot of strong hitters. But if the Phillies can nail down a really strong pitcher like Dylan Wagner, who throws some nasty movement pitches that really fool you, where they're behind your head and they come right back into the zone, that could fool some of these strong power hitters in the NL. It could also make sense for the Phillies to draft him. I think Dylan Wagner is one of the most intriguing prospects, right? Because you know what you're getting with him.
Right.
There's a lot of these guys who are new. They're strong. We've seen what they've done in other leagues. But Dylan Wagner has had success in the MLWB for years.
Right.
Does it make sense to go with a safe pick? Or do you go for a risk at number 2? Or at number 5 as the Royals?
That's one of my favorite things about this league is that if you don't get re-signed, there's no free agency pool. You're going back in the draft. Like, can you imagine in, like, the NFL? Like, let's say the Rams didn't re-sign a Matthew Stafford. Let's say he was a free agent after this year, and he just went into the draft and went first overall to, like, the Giants. Can you imagine how cool that would be? That would be incredible.
That's what makes the MLWB so different from other leagues. You see some guys who are really strong players, who have a long history within the league, end up in new places, new faces, new places. It makes for an interesting season year after year after year.
We actually saw this happen a few years ago when Dylan Wagner was the assistant captain of the Kansas City Royals. They had the first overall pick, and they took Tyler Wagner, who was not re-signed by the Marlins at the time, who are now the Brewers. He went into the draft, went first overall. Dylan Wagner ends up trading his own brother before they even play a game together. So that makes you think, is Tyler going to take his brother? Does he forgive him? It's been a few years. Does he forgive him? Or are we going to see him pass on him and we don't get a little family reunion in Philadelphia?
If Dylan Wagner does decide to pick, if the Phillies do decide to pick Dylan Wagner with the second overall pick, I think you have to overlook some bad beef, right? You have to overlook what's happened in the past. Dylan Wagner is a really good player.
Right.
You can't really go wrong drafting Dylan Wagner.
No.
You don't have to wonder what he's going to do. You know what he's going to give you. I think that certainty could mean a little extra to Tyler Wagner. You could put everything aside, any love lost between the two, and we could see a reunion of the brothers playing on the same team, and they could have some real success.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are 2 minutes away from the first overall pick. The Orioles are about to be on the clock. We've got a lot to go over tonight. Thank you everyone for watching as well. This is the 5th ever MLWB draft. We started this league in 2017. We had the first draft in 2022, so it's 5 straight years on draft night. It's always a very fun night, but also a very important night for this league. It's not like, you're going to take a guy here, you're going to take a guy there. Okay, you got your team. No, it's more than that because we've seen so many trades happen on draft night in the last few years. Do you see any more trades happening after your own trade you made tonight?
Well, obviously, previously reported by an MLWB insider, there was some conversation about maybe the Pirates doing a pick swap with the Rays. Mm-hmm. I have spoken with both managers. I can confirm that is starting to dissipate. Okay. That is not looking like that's going to happen. There's a lot of one-sided chatter where Dylan Yeager is deciding to stand pat where he is, and Brady McCabe really wants to try and make something happen. I do think that you could see some stuff get interesting towards that middle of the draft, right? You know that there's going to be some top guys going in the top 4, and it's going to be really tough to get one of those picks. You have to give up a lot of resources as a manager and captain. But in the middle of the draft, If you can sneak a quick move, or you're not giving up a ton, but you're getting the guy that you've had your eye set on the entire time, you could definitely see that happen.
It's going to be an interesting night. It is almost 7 o'clock. I feel like this has been the longest 2 minutes of my life. I checked the
Seriously.
clock. It was 6:58. It's now 6:59. I feel like that was a half hour ago. But we've got a lot going on. We have less than 60 seconds until the first pick is going to be made. How quick do you think Monge makes this pick? Do you think it happens at 7 o'clock? Do you think he waits the full 10 minutes? Because he has to know who he's taking, right? Or do all these guys that have been added this week change his mind?
Things have switched up a little, certainly, but I'm pretty sure he knows who he's going with. I think he could drag it out for a little bit of drama,
maybe
get a little bit more skill, and maybe he'll even see his options. Maybe he could deal the first overall pick away. I think that's a long shot, but the amount of stuff you could get for it is ridiculous. So I think you'll see him maybe take some time and think things over.
And we know there have been teams interested in the first overall pick this year. I'll admit the Dodgers were one of them. And so were the Astros, apparently. So we know that there's teams interested in the first overall pick. But now it's got to be 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock now.
Excuse me.
Now that it's 7 o'clock, I feel like the pick is not going to be traded. I think that's safe to say. Unless it gets traded in the next 5 minutes.
I think someone's going to be an Oriole by 7:10.
Someone's going to be an Oriole by 7:10, and I think it's about that time. Charlie, thank you so much for joining me here on this little pre-show for the draft. Good luck tonight. Hit on your picks.
Hey, from your lips, we'll see. Hopefully something goes right for the Astros tonight.
We'll see. Well, good luck this season.
Appreciate
we'll see you in May.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you the rest of the night too, because this night is far from over.
Best of luck with the draft commission. Hey, give him some grief in the comments.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 5th annual MLWB Draft.
Yay!
I'm your commissioner, James Torillo.
Get this guy some hair!
The Orioles are officially on the clock. It is 7 o'clock. Dylan Monge is about to make the Orioles pick. They have not been a franchise since season 4 when they won the World Series. Let's see who they take with the first overall pick coming up next. Thank you.
Yay!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a good amount of people watching. Thank you to everybody watching so far. We got a good crowd here tonight in Hamilton, and we have a good crowd virtually as well here on YouTube. So thank you so much for watching. You guys know how much this means to me to have so many people invested in this draft. We put a lot of hard work into this every year, so I really appreciate it. The Orioles are on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. The draft has officially started. It's been 2 minutes. They have 8 minutes to make their pick. The Phillies are on deck. The Orioles are on the clock. Do the Orioles have their guy in Benji Pabon, or has the mind of Dylan Monge changed this week? We're going to have to wait and see. Charlie Jones, team captain of the Astros, and I talked about it a little bit, but we're going to have to wait and see what happens. Dylan Monge and the Orioles on the clock. We'll be right back.
You want to check?
All right, so we still don't have a pick from the Orioles. We're gonna have some people go check on Dylan Modge and see what's going on. We're gonna get some insiders going in, but we gotta wait and see because the Orioles have had plenty of time to have that first overall pick ready. It's not like they have to worry about who's gonna be taken before us. They know who they're taking. We thought, but until this week, so many names enter the draft, and all of a sudden, Dylan Modge maybe second guessing himself, maybe getting a little nervous in the heat of the moment. Let's see what happens with the Orioles. Let's see who they take number 1 overall. I mean, you gotta think, does Dylan Modge know who he's taking? Is he playing mind games here? Is he waiting? Or is he genuinely worried and does not know who he's taking here first overall? We're gonna have Dylan Modge join us for a few minutes after he makes his pick. But he's gotta make his pick first, and he's only got a few minutes left to do it. He's got 5 minutes to do it, and it sounds like Dylan Modge is coming. Here we go.
With the first overall pick in the 2026 MLWB Draft, the Baltimore Orioles select pitcher Benji Pabon.
Yeah! Orioles suck.
Modge.
Get the expo marker. Wrong clock.
So the Phillies are now on the clock. They have until 7:16 to make their selection. Tyler Wagner not in the building tonight,
Get the marker.
but someone who is in the building is team captain of the Orioles, Dylan Modge. And Dylan,
Wait, what am I looking at?
yeah, it's in the
Wait, hold
top
on. It's like
floor.
weird.
Dylan Modge, you've made the pick. It took you a few minutes. Did you know who you were taking? Were you just dragging it out, or?
I kind of had an idea of who I was gonna take. It was like between there's obviously like really good players in this draft, so I just wanted to pick my guy, which Benji is our guy. He's gonna be the ace. I feel like now we got like an ace, so I think because that was our problem last year. I thought we were a pretty solid hitting team. It was just our pitching couldn't come together. Now we got 3 legit arms on our team, so I think we can really contend for an AL title.
Absolutely. I was just going to ask you. You kind of answered my question, but I was just going to ask you, what's the goal for the Orioles this year? Is it just try to squeeze into the playoffs? Are you trying to win this whole thing this year?
I'm trying to win the whole damn thing, bro. I'm locked in.
Orioles are trying to win the whole thing. You heard it here first. I believe the pick for the Phillies is in just a few moments. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Dylan, thank you so much for joining
Thank you
us.
for having me.
Good luck the rest of the night.
Yeah, where's
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the first overall pick in the books. Benji Pabon is officially a Baltimore Oriole. We saw this coming the whole offseason. We were questioning if things were going to change as more guys were added to the draft pool. But Dylan Modge sticks with his guy. Benji Pabon is headed to Baltimore. Now, the pick is in for the Phillies. Ladies and gentlemen, the pick for the Philadelphia Phillies is in. Tyler Wagner, team captain of the Philadelphia Phillies, is not here tonight, so I will be announcing his pick for him. With the second overall pick in the 2026 MLWB Draft, the Philadelphia Phillies select Dylan Wagner. So Dylan Wagner is headed to Philadelphia to play with his brother. It is official. We have a family reunion in Philadelphia with Uncle Tom, Tyler Wagner, and Dylan Wagner. Draft room's just hearing the news. Charlie, come join me. Come on. Get on here.
Can
Well-
you believe it?
We kind of called it, sort of, maybe.
A little, sort of, maybe. It was
Got your pick?
weird because you didn't know who was going to be going at 2 with a whole lot of new prospects. We talked about it for what felt like 30 minutes on the pre-show.
Yeah.
They end up going with Dylan Wagner. They stick with who you mocked Dylan Wagner going to, and they get a fine prospect in Dylan Wagner.
I'm 2 for 2 so far.
Hey!
And now,
good stuff.
The pick is in for the Devil Rays. Thank you once
Already?
again, Charlie. The
Wow.
pick is already in. Let's see who the Rays
I'm
take
pretty
overall.
interested in this one, JT.
I'm too. Hold on. Go ahead. Good. 1 second.
With the third overall pick in the draft, the Devil Rays select Leo Lanzone.
Yes! Yes! Congrats on the pick. Have a seat. Jaeger, you and I have been in this league for quite a long time, to say the least.
Brother.
No more Eric Scully in Tampa Bay, but Leo Lanzone is officially a Devil Ray. How do we feel?
I feel good. I was doing some research on the players before I came here, and I seen that he won some MVP in the league that he was playing in. So
Yeah.
right away I was like, that's my prospect right there. So I'm glad I was able to get him, and glad no one else took him before I did.
Absolutely. Well, it sounds like the Pirates pick is already in. They know who they're taking 4th overall. So Dylan Jaeger, we're gonna see you later. You got what, 3 first-round picks? You got the 6th
I
pick.
got
You got
I
the
got
7th
two
pick.
more. Yeah, sixth pick, 7th pick, and the last pick.
Absolutely.
In the draft.
So you're gonna have your full team set after tonight. You had no players, and now you're gonna have a full team after tonight.
My
So-
fate relies on tonight.
Absolutely, it's a big night in Tampa Bay. So congrats on the pick. Good luck the rest of the night.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you later. So the pick for the Pirates is in. It looks like Vincent Graziano is going to come out and make the pick for the Pirates. Here we go.
What?
Go to the back.
Yep, right here.
Oh, sure.
Make it break. You're good. Ready?
Before the pick in the Mlwb Draft, the Pittsburgh Pirates take Matt Ferris.
Wow. Good pick.
Matt Ferris. Have a seat, Vinny. Have a seat. This has been a quick moving draft so
Yes, it
far.
has.
Matt Ferris is headed to Pittsburgh. Congrats on the pick. Talk me through. What was the thought process?
We're excited to have him because we need it. We need another hitter in the lineup because I mean last year we know we have a good group, but we need an extra hitter, and I think he's gonna be perfect.
Absolutely. Now, he can go on the mound, but you already have Jack Ivins,
Yes.
who was a Cy Young finalist last year, and his first year as a pitcher.
Yep.
Are we still going to see Jack Ivins on the mound, or maybe Ferris a little bit?
Mostly Jack, but I mean if Jack can't show up, maybe I mean Ferris will be perfect for us. It
Absolutely.
won't be a problem this year. Last year it was. So.
Absolutely. Well, hope to see you in the postseason. Good
All
luck
right.
this year.
Oh, we're making it this time.
Absolutely.
We'll see
Love
ya.
to hear it.
All right.
Good luck the
Thanks.
rest of the night. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The Royals are on the clock with the 5th pick, and it looks like the pick is in for Kansas City. I'm going to go announce the pick for them. Zach Kinsel is not in the building. Let's see who they take. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 2026 Mlwb Draft. I'm Commissioner James Strillo, here to announce the Royals pick for them. Zach Kinsel's not in the building tonight. With the 5th overall pick in the 2026 MLWB Draft, the Kansas City Royals select Nick Gonzalez.
Nick Gonzalez to the Royals at 5. That right on the clock.
All right, so a little bit of a shakeup here in the draft. Nick Gonzalez is headed to Kansas City. The Rays are on the clock with back-to-back picks. They took Leo Lanzone with the 3rd overall pick. It's a quick-moving draft so far here in the first round. They do have 10 minutes to make their pick. Most guys know who they want. They've had months to think about this. Even with the guys added this week, they still know who they want. But now the Rays taking a little bit of time. They're trying to think about who they want to take with these 2 picks right here. They took Leo Lanzone 3rd overall. But let's talk about Benji Pabon, the 1st overall pick. We know the history of the 1st overall picks here in the MLWB. The first ever 1st overall pick in 2022 to the Washington Nationals, my guy Dylan Lawyer, who's now a Dodger. Hey, what's going on, man? How we doing? So, Dylan, I want to talk to you about the history of the 1st overall picks here in the MLWB. You were the first ever 1st overall pick.
It's an honor.
We've seen you win an MVP and 2 World Series championships. The next year it was Joe Lemley, who's won a World Series and now an MVP and a Cy Young.
Yeah.
So we have the history. The next pick was Tyler Wagner, who's won 3 MVPs and 2 World Series.
One of the best.
Now with Hobby Cruz and Benji Pabon being the next 2 1st overall picks, do we see them following in the same route as
I think
the rest of the guys?
if you get taken number 1 overall, there's probably a reason, and they're going to make a difference to their team, like all of us have, and I think they'll continue to be that way.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen every 1st overall pick in the last 5 years are no longer on that same team. Joe Lemley kind of was drafted by the Marlins. They're now the Brewers. So basically
Kind of
the
the
same
same
team.
thing. Yeah.
But besides him, nobody's on the same team. You were drafted by the Nationals. You're now a Dodger.
Yeah.
Joe Lemley, drafted by the Marlins. He's now a Brewer. Tyler Wagner, drafted by the Royals. He's now a Philly. Javier Cruz, drafted by the Yankees. He's now a Royal. Benji Pabon, drafted by the Orioles. And for the last 15 minutes,
We'll
he's
see.
still an Oriole.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Who knows? I mean, I would be shocked if Benji Pabon doesn't
I don't think
start.
he's going anywhere.
I don't think he's going anywhere either, but it'll be interesting to see how that pattern follows with Benji Pabon, or if it doesn't. So,
Yep.
do you have any hot takes or any inside info for the rest
For
of the
the
draft?
draft?
Yeah. Who do you think the Rays take here?
I think the Rays go Dave Koch.
Really?
I heard Yeager thinking about it. Maybe they'll wait if they have a pick after this, but I
Okay.
think they could pull the trigger.
Okay. I like to see it. Well, good luck to your dad, Dave Koch.
Thank you,
And
James.
I'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for joining us.
Another ring incoming.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's right. So the Rays still on the clock here with the 6th overall pick. They have the next 2 picks, followed by the Royals at number 8. So we have to wait and see what's happening. Let's check what's going on here. There's been no trades during the draft. We saw the Astros and Orioles make a pick swap for 2nd-round draft picks. But let's see what happens here. We'll be right back. All right, here we go.
Go
The
to my podium.
the Rays have the pick in. Let's see who Dylan Yeager takes.
Double Rays.
6th overall. Devil Rays, I'm sorry.
What is the ball in the thing?
It's an old ball that I saved. Ready?
With the 6th overall pick, the Devil Rays select Colin Sandman.
Good pick.
For love of Metallica.
So there we go. Colin Sandman's off the board. He goes 6th overall. Yeager, go ahead. Have a seat. Have a seat. So, we have several pitchers on the Rays now. Are we still going to see Dylan Yeager on the mound?
Oh,
for
God,
Devils?
yeah.
Of course. I
God,
like
yeah.
the answer.
I was doing some talking with the guys over there, and someone told me that he's a good hitter, and he's also a teammate with the first guy that I drafted in a
Right.
different league. So I figured I might as well keep them together.
Keep the team chemistry going.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. So the Rays are looking good. They're going to be a good squad like they always are.
So
So you
It's
got
gonna be-
you
it's
got a
gonna
little
be
bit of
different
time to
this
think
year.
about the next pick too. You're on the clock once again. You have until 7:31 to make your pick. You don't have to say it right now, but do you have an idea of who you're taking?
I do, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna
Alright.
add some suspense.
All right, I like it. I like it. See you in a few minutes.
Of course.
All right, Colin Sandman is off the board. Cross his name off the list. So some good players still on the board. Colin Sandman goes number 6 overall. He'll be teammates with Leo Lanzone. Let's see what happens. The Rays have the 7th pick as well. We saw Matt Ferris go to the Pirates at number 4. That's a great pick. To me, that's probably the steal of the draft. I mean, we have so much talent in this draft class so far. I know there's definitely some teams talking about some trade talks over there in the other room, but we've got a lot going on here. Stay tuned. Rays on the clock. All right, here we go. It looks like the Rays have their pick in the 7th overall pick. Let's see who they take.
I'm gonna butcher this guy's name. Jeez, it was Shacklin.
Let's go. Come on.
What is it? How do you say? Okay. Okay. 7th pick.
7th pick.
With the 7th overall pick, Devil Rays select Luke Shaglin.
Yeah! Yes! We love you! Here we go. All right. Jaeger, you've got yourself a squad here. All 3 guys were teammates on a tournament team in other leagues. Now they're all teammates on the Devil Rays here in the MLWB. How do we feel with just 1 pick left in the draft for you?
Great. Can you tell what my strategy was? Take the guys on the same team.
There you go. Team
Yeah.
chemistry.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if that works out for us.
There you go.
Yeah,
Looks like it's gonna work out pretty well. So
I hope
we'll
so.
see you later with the last pick when you draft at the 2-7. And
Big 2-7.
stay tuned. There's more coming. So, more picks on the way. The last pick of the first round is up and coming. It is the Royals on the clock. They took Nick Gonzalez at number 5. Let's see who they take at number 8 coming up next. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the 8th pick is in for the Royals. We're going to announce it in just a second. We are going to take a 10-minute break in between rounds, so please stay with us while we take that break. But I'm going to announce the pick right now for Kansas City. The 8th overall pick is in.
I don't know how this works.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Kinsel is not here tonight for the Kansas City Royals, so I will be announcing his pick for him. With the 8th overall pick in the 2026 MLWB Draft, the Kansas City Royals select Anthony Ficara.
Pick a pick.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the first round of the MLWB Draft. We will be right back in 10. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The Astros are on the clock here in the second round of the 2026 MLWB Draft. They traded earlier in the night. If you're looking at your screen right now and it says the Orioles are on the clock, it is because the Orioles and Astros flipped picks. The Astros are now on the clock. Let's see who they take. They have 3 more minutes. It is 5 minutes to make your pick in the second round, so this round should fly by pretty quickly. We have the Astros followed by the Phillies, then the Royals, then the Pirates, then the Orioles twice, and then the Rays to make the last pick of the night. Still a lot of talent left on the board. Let's see what happens. Charlie Jones going to make his pick in a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the pick is in. The Astros have their pick. Let's see who they take with the 2.1.
With the first pick of the second round of the 2026 MLWB Draft, I'll go this way a little. The Houston Astros select outfielder Lucas Stewart.
Okay. That's a good pick.
Charlie, have a seat.
I guess I shall.
All right. We talked before the draft started. We knew there was going to be a little bit of chaos going on. Not too many trades, though. It's kind of been pretty quiet. But is this the guy you wanted all along, Lucas Stewart?
Let me put it this way. The Houston Astros tried to trade for the 5th overall pick. They tried to trade for the 6th pick, 7th,
What?
and the 8th
What?
to take Lucas Stewart.
Ooh, and they got him anyway.
The Astros got, you said Matt Ferris, and I think that's a great pick for a
Absolutely.
steal. Lucas Stewart is a known quantity. This is a guy that really performed well in limited time with the Royals last year. Could be a great bat, great in the field. He's an incredible fielder. I mean, who can forget that highlight double
home
play?
run on
Yeah, the
Yeager
robbed home run
and the
double play.
You called that. You were on the
did.
mic for that.
I did. That was fun. And you
He
know,
was watching. He was paying attention.
watching all of that made me realize that it's rare that you get someone who's a rookie who goes back into the draft pool.
Right.
That means that something didn't go right with the franchise, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the player is not too good.
Right.
Lucas Stewart is really great talent. I'm excited to have him in Houston. We're going to get to work.
And he has connections with Paul Sincata as well.
That's true.
He's
That's
also
true.
an
So
Astro.
it's going to be some fun chemistry. Excuse me, I'm dying. I'm just
what are you gonna
dying.
do?
I'm just dying for Lucas Stewart.
That's right.
But I mean, think about it, right? Before a ton of new prospects got added to the draft pool, Stewart was projected to go as high as 4.
Yeah.
with the Pirates.
Yeah.
And deservingly so. He can do it all. He can be a strong bat. He can be a nice fielder. And with the 4-player roster that we have, myself, Paul Sincata, Logan Gaffney, and Lucas Stewart, I think bright things could be happening in Houston.
Is this the set roster? Or are we going to see some people moving
I
around?
mean, you know me. I always try and look at what else is happening. I'm never going to say anyone's sticking around. And as much as my girlfriend berates me and laughs at me for all the trades that I do and what I may be thinking or doing or breathing, let's just scrap that part. Dump that.
Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras.
I am Yeah, let's try that again. I'm really happy with what Lucas will bring to this squad, and this four player roster could be set for opening day. I don't know that I want to make many changes. I feel we got a pitcher that in Logan Gaffney who will be the starting pitcher for the Astros.
Okay.
And two strong other bats and a morale guy and myself.
There you go. Hey, I like the looks of the team in Houston. Good luck the rest of the night. Maybe we'll see you again.
I like the look of you.
Oh. Well, that was Charlie Jones. The Astros have their pick in. It is former Kansas City Royal Lucas Stewart. We have some stuff going on. I got it.
Okay, bye.
Okay, I have to process this. My brain's a little slow. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, there has been a trade. The Pittsburgh Pirates have traded the 4th pick in the 2nd round to the Tampa Bay Devil Rays for 5 free agent points. All right, so we have another trade, the first trade during the draft, the second trade of the night. So now that puts the Rays at the number. It looks like the Rays have number 4. The Pirates don't have any more picks unless something changes. The Phillies are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the pick for the Phillies is in at 2.2. Let's see who they take. Ladies Ladies and gentlemen, the pick is in. Tyler Wagner is not in the building tonight, so I will be announcing his pick for him. With the second pick in the second round of the 2026 MLWB Draft, the Philadelphia Phillies select Dave Koch. So Dave Koch returns to Philadelphia. They grab him for the second year in a row. He was drafted by the Yankees last year, then traded on draft night to the Phillies. He's now redrafted by the Phillies. He'll be there for year 2 of his career with Tyler Wagner, Justin Halpin, Uncle Tom, and Dylan Wagner. So that's their 5-man roster. The Phillies are set. It is now the Royals back on the clock. We'll be back in a minute. All right, so the Royals on the clock here with the 2.3. The Astros 2 picks ago took Lucas Stewart, and Paul Sincata's reaction to that draft, and I quote, "Yippee!" that was his reaction.
Yeah.
So the Astros are looking good. There's a lot of teams looking good. The Phillies have their 5-man roster. The Royals have their last pick of the draft coming up next. Let's see what Zach Kinzel is cooking up in Kansas City. Looks like the pick is in. Team captain of the Kansas City Royals, Zach Kinzel, is not here tonight, so I'll be announcing his pick for him. With the third pick in the second round of the 2026 MLWB Draft, the Kansas City Royals select Tommy Luciano.
Good pick.
Thank you, audience.
Insane.
So now the Pirates on the clock. They have 5 minutes. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. The Rays have made their pick. They traded the pick from the Pirates. The Pirates are not on the clock. The Rays were on the clock. My apologies. Orioles are on deck. Here's the pick from Dylan Yeager.
Picks in. Taz announcing it.
They haven't announced their pick, so you might have to wait.
My fault.
Is this 2-4?
Yeah, 2-4.
With pick 2.4 in the draft, the Devil Rays select T.J. Fisher Jr.
All right, so TJ Fisher.
T.J. Fisher. He was trying to shake your hand. Oh! Thank you, Charlie. Huh? Do what? What'd you say? You want to say that to the audience?
No.
All right, Yeager, you got your full squad. TJ Fisher is a Devil Ray. You have the last pick still.
I do.
Who are we hoping falls to 2.7?
I don't know.
Love to be
I
away.
have no idea. I mean, whoever's there is there. I don't know. I don't know, dude.
All right, well, thanks for all the information.
You're welcome. TJ Fisher looks like a good, athletic young man, so.
All right. Sounds good. We'll see you at the 2.7. Thanks, Yeager.
I'll see. I can't wait. Can't wait to see who's left.
All right, it looks like the Orioles have their pick in. It's going to be Teo Mayorga announcing the pick. All right. The Orioles have their pick in. The 2.5 is in. They have the next two picks. Let's see who they take. Come on up, Tao.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hold up. I need to play the sound.
He's so natural.
All right.
So with the fifth overall pick in the second round, the Orioles are taking Kyle Chandler.
Yes! Yes! Congratulations on the pick.
Yeah, Teo.
Teo, have a seat.
What about C?
I've interviewed you 19 times. All right, stay right here. Teo, first of all, congratulations on the extension from the
Appreciate
Orioles, and you've just announced the pick. How do we feel about the Orioles roster right now?
I think it's looking pretty calm right now. I ain't gonna hold you. We're gonna be a lot better this year. New team. We looking good.
Your captain Dylan Mondra is saying that you guys want to win the World Series. You want to win the whole thing this year. Would you second that?
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Well, you're on the clock once again. If you guys have your pick in, do you have the pick
We
in?
have our pick in.
Go ahead.
Alright.
Go ahead and make it. Let's go.
I might regret this a little bit.
That's great.
Teo, why don't you come up here with me and announce it together?
Alright.
As a co-captain of the Orioles.
I need to just discuss myself.
With the 14th pick in the 2026 MLWB Draft, he's coming back. The Baltimore Orioles select Sean House. Sean.
Let's go.
He's coming back.
All right. Sean House is back. He was on the Yankees with you last year. Now he'll be on the Orioles with you.
I ain't gonna hold
Guys,
you, bro.
you have your team. How do you feel?
I think he's gonna request a trade.
They're gonna request a trade.
No, Sean has better request a trade.
I mean, looking at we know what Sean does. Like, I feel like Sean has improved since
He's a good
May.
hitter.
He's played solid in Wifflemania. He had a home run, which was more than you had.
Right, man.
Wow.
Just don't
We're
let him
pointing
in the-
fingers now.
Just don't let him in the field. He
But Sean's just gonna probably just have his role as a hitter.
Yeah.
Like, he'll just be a hitter. Like, we have Benji, we have myself, we have Rome, who can pitch. So we don't really need Sean out there. Sean is our glue guy.
Yeah, right.
Sean is the guy that keeps the locker room nice. He's the locker room guy.
There you go.
I'm gonna call him right now.
Call Sean.
We're gonna call Sean up right now. I don't know. We either regret that pick or he actually does something. We got Sean House on the phone right now.
Let's go. live call.
I've called. We got Sean House on the phone.
It's over there.
I don't even know.
He better answer.
Doesn't answer the new call.
Yo, if
Pressure-
you don't answer,
pressure's
he
on.
cut.
Yeah, if he does answers, we're trading him.
That's short leash.
Hi, it's Sean. Can I get to I'll call you back when I have
Oh, he's on the trade block.
Well, wait, hold on. We're gonna call him on Snapchat.
Dude, he clearly is not on the
All right,
phone.
we got- thank you.
Yeah, we got our roster.
Orioles
Not a
roster
good,
is in. The
uh,
last pick will be announced in a moment.
Oh wait, Sean just texted me.
All right, we'll call him later.
You're an Oriole.
Let's
Sean
go.
House is an Oriole. We got the best player in the draft. Thank you. Sean House. Let's go. He said the boy had back.
I saw where they thugged.
All right.
I think our picks are
so
gonna be very good.
the last pick is going to be Qua Stevens to the Rays. Just waiting for Dylan Yeager to make that pick.
Yeager. 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 Yeager, make your pick.
Here we go.
I'm so ready. MVP next year.
I wrote that on the board.
Yep. Calling it now. With pick 2.7, the final pick of the 2026 draft, the Devil Rays take Quad Stevens.
Yeah.
Round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight for the draft. This will be posted on YouTube. You guys can go back and watch the whole thing. The results will be posted on Instagram, ML Wiffleball. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you.